Ah, did I really get hit by that? Of a day fighting games groups. Today in Games You Should Play, it's my pleasure to talk about today's subject, fighting games. Okay, so first off, I will mainly talking about Tekken 7, Street Fighter V, and Dragonball FighterZ, because they represent the three different styles of fighting games on the market. And because I only have these three games, there are three different types of fighting games. We have the classic 2D fighting games like Street Fighter V, King of Fighters 14, and Mortal Kombat 11. Then we have the team-based fighting games like Dragonball FighterZ, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. And we have the 3D fighting games, meaning sidestepping is available. We have games like Soul Calibur 6, the DOA series, and my personal favorite, Tekken 7. Okay, with that being said, let's begin. So unless you're some fighting game prodigy, you need to start with one game. But the question is, which one? Well, one way that can help you choose is looking at what EVO plans on hosting in their events. If you are planning on going pro, then this is your best option. Just always check and be prepared to adjust to EVO's choices on which fighting game they plan to host. If you notice, they have not yet hosted a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite tournament, regardless of it being the most recent release. By the way, EVO is the most popular game tournament in the world. Or maybe check what fighting games your local scene is playing, or maybe something you are familiar with. Chances are at some point in your life you have played a fighting game. I choose Tekken 7 to play because I've owned and played the previous Tekken series. Plus, I favor the 3D mechanics in the game. More on that later. Whatever the reason, just make sure you love playing that fighting game. Whatever level you are at, whether that be beginner or pro, you will have obstacles to overcome. And if you don't love the game, well, guess what? You will never level up your game. Here's another option for you. Can you handle the fundamentals of that fighting game? Each game has their own uniqueness and different types of fundamentals. For example, Street Fighter utilizes 6 buttons: a light punch light kick, a medium punch medium kick, and a heavy punch heavy kick. In Tekken, each button controls a limb of your characters. Pressing square results in moving the left hand, triangle their right hand, X their left leg, and circle their right leg. While Dragonball FighterZ only uses 4 basic attacks: a light attack, a medium attack, a heavy attack, and a special attack unique to different characters.
Wide open. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? Switch it. See how you like this? You're going down.
Also worth noting, Dragonball FighterZ allows auto combos, meaning pressing the light button or medium button continuously will result in a combo. I recommend you do not do this. The great thing about fighting games like Dragonball FighterZ is the ability to make your own combos by finding the right combinations of light, medium, and heavy buttons. So never rely on the auto combo. Other features that are unique to each game varies. For example, Street Fighter have a meter system, and if you cannot take advantage of this system, then practice, practice, and practice. because this, in my opinion, is the main point of Street Fighter, because it can shift the battle in your favor. In Dragon Ball FighterZ, we have the tag or assist system, and I love the style points this system can produce. Why? Because in high level of gameplay, players can use their assist to extend combos, and I have to say, it looks so badass.
For sure. Moving around. Oh my goodness, yo, you want to vanish into this elbow, bro?
Jeez! Maximum damage, but look at this. We're gonna get the loop. Do you know how hard this is to do? That is the 3 reps loop. Wow. Calm down.
And look at this, he's dead. This is ridiculous. Level 5? Show us the level 5. Show us the level 5, bro. Let's go. What you saying? What you saying? Oh
my God! Wow, what are you doing to us here?
Other than Akuma and Geese in Tekken 7, there isn't really a system in place other than the Power Crush and the Wall Bounce. The Power Crush is a new technique to Tekken 7, and what it does is absorb an opponent's onslaught and power through high and mid attacks, but is weak against lows and grab. If you are grabbed during a power attack, you won't be able to break that grab. And the Wall Bounce is when a certain attacks connect, usually sending them back, and if that opponent hits a wall, they will bounce off that wall and towards you, resulting in more damage possible. Another gimmick in Tekken 7 is the wall break and the floor break, which again will result in big damage. Thing that these 3 games have in common, well, all fighting games have in common, is they have frame data. What's frame data, you ask? Well, in short, frame data shows you the speed of every move list, and I cannot stress how important this knowledge is, right? In a fight, the fighter's opponent always wins, right, Bruce? Not only does it show the speed of an attack, it also shows the after effect of that move. For example, it can show you if a move is punishable or plus on block. In Tekken 7, if a move is negative 15 on block, your opponent can punish with a lunge leading to a combo. The same thing on Street Fighter and Dragon Ball FighterZ. But if a move is on plus, meaning on block you are on plus frames, it's still your turn, and following up with a quick counterattack can lead to a combo. So you choose a game and understand their frame data. Now you're probably thinking, which character do I use? Well, the best advice I can give you is use someone who looks cool to you. Right? If you're a fan of Bruce Lee, then maybe martial law is a good pick for you. Do you recognize Ken and Ryu? Or maybe you think Vegeta is the greatest character to ever exist and Goku should have been a sporting character and the game should have been called Vegeta as a badass, period.
Unless you stop holding back, you're never going to beat me. Vegeta!
Whatever the reason, just make sure that you can do every move in their move list. Can you imagine using Ryu or Ken and you can't perform a Hadouken? Or using Kazuya and cannot perform Electric Wind God Fist? So whoever you choose, make sure to practice all of their move lists. Otherwise, maybe try another character with less execution. So you choose your character and you're thinking, let's learn the combos, right? Wrong! In every fighting game there is a mechanic called punishing. In Tekken 7, every character have a 10 frame, 11 frame, 12 frame, 13, 14, and a 15 frame Punisher. But not all 10 frames, for example, are equal. Some do more damage than others, while some 10 frames can result in a wall splat. Some characters cannot even launch until 16 frames. That's a whole 1 extra frame, and believe me, that's a lot when most of the cast can launch at 15 frames. Very important, learn how to punish with your character. Now we can worry about combos. Learn the easiest combo first, even if it's just 3 hits or less, until you have familiarized yourself with your character. Okay? Nothing screams out scrub like dropping a combo. So practice, practice, practice. And one day, who knows, right? If you're still here listening to me ramble, I'm going to assume you are interested in fighting games. And I'm glad you are. Fighting games are awesome, and they can be enjoyed casually. You don't have to join the next EVO tournament to enjoy any fighting game. Some people learn to play the guitar for fun and never aim to be a big famous rock star. I've met many great friends thanks to fighting games and made some friendly rivalry. I had many great experiences joining local tournaments, which I highly recommend. Join a local tournament and I swear, win or lose, you will be wanting more. Or at the very least, you can spectate or watch local or big fighting game events. Find someone who uses the same character as you, learn from their mistakes, learn their combos, their setups, learn everything. For Street Fighter, I recommend watching Daigo, Justin Wong, and Mike Ross. For Tekken 7, I recommend Lil Majin, Rip, and Knee. And for Dragon Ball FighterZ, I recommend Go1, Wawa, and Sonic Fox. So go out there and meet new people, practice, dominate, but more importantly, have fun. You know, until this quarantine ends. Thanks for watching. Next up, we have